All right, I promised I would do more videos this trip than I did last trip. So we're starting out day one a little after 10:30 on Monday morning. It's still raining a little bit from Delta, but it's not bad. It's cooler, so it's nice. Hopefully the clouds will burn off. But now we've got Hayden right there, and we got Wingo in the back. And so that's it. We're just getting started, and I'll keep checking in just so we have a little bit more video time. I'll try and stay steady. Today, this morning, we are hiking in the clouds. This is what we have going on today. No real views of any sort, just mist. So here's our view from the top of Standing Indian Mountain. It's just an amazing view of nothing. Nothing at all. White fog, clouds. About 1:30, finally kind of make out through the trees. The sun's starting to come out a little bit down in the valley. You can actually start to make out some colors in some mountains. It's the first view we've had at all today. All right, end of day one. We're at camp. What time did we get here? Right about 5 o'clock. A little over 8.5 miles, I think. I gotta check the distance. Got our tent set up. You can see mine's right there. Oh yeah, you see that bottle of Advil? You better believe there's some ibuprofen flowing tonight. And Jason's over there cooking. Got his stuff going. My food is down there, waiting to be ate. Hayden is over there digging for something, who knows what. We're at Carter Gap, and the shelter's up on the hill behind us, and nice little campsite here. The water source is steep climb to get to the water source. Today was a lot of water crossings. Delta definitely made things wet for us. Jason's knees are feeling it, so we're going to be on a vitamin I regimen for today and tomorrow to see how he does. And sun's going down, so we're going to eat and go to sleep, and I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, morning day two. Last night was interesting. We had frogs that were going crazy all night, kept us up all night, and then as soon as the frogs stopped, the wind started. It was like a freaking freight train in the trees all night long, off and on. I don't think I've ever heard wind that bad up here. So that kept us up all night. It's a little bit chilly this morning, not too bad. You can see the girls are still in their tent sleeping because they're cold and they didn't get any sleep. So we'll be getting them up soon, and then be on our way. Looking to get to Rock Gap, hopefully. If not, we're gonna stop at Long Creek before that. All right, so we'll see you along the way. on top of Albert Mountain Fire Tower, and it is amazing up here. But it's a little bit of a nerve-wracking climb to get up here. What do you say, Hayden?
Hot.
How do you like the view?
It's pretty.
So we're up top here, waiting for Wingo to come up, and then we'll head down to our camp. Still not sure if it's going to be Long Creek or Rock Gap. The video is really going to show it. We are in a sea of red. So a lot of people talk about the green tunnel on the Appalachian Trail, and this is kind of an example of what the green tunnel really looks like. And it's not as full as it normally is because it's summertime, or almost in the wintertime now. During the summertime, it's a blanket of green in here. Can't pretty much see anything. But this is the green tunnel of the Appalachian Trail. Love it. Love it, love it. All right, didn't do the video last night, so I'll do it now. This is the morning of day 3. We are at Rock Gap Shelter, which is right behind me. The camp in here kind of sucks. There's not a whole lot of flat level ground for tents. Right behind me over my shoulder right there, that's where I set up my tent. And then if we go up around, there's Wingo and Hayden. We're all breaking down for the morning. It was a cold one last night. So we all kind of froze a little bit, me especially. For anybody that's interested in on our way into Wine and Stair Gap to meet my dad. Walking along a creek here, sound in the background, through the leaves that are on the ground. This is kind of stuff that's just amazing. I love it. Jason's probably gonna jump out for a little bit, go to a store and get some knee braces of his own. He's wearing one of my knee braces right now that I just wear as a precaution, and it says it's helping his knee, so might as well jump out and get that, and maybe some other things just to help us along the way. Some more snacks and food for him and Hayden, and some kind of a sleeping bag or a fleece blanket or something for me, because what I got didn't work last night and I don't want to freeze anymore. So that's where we're at. We were about a half mile out from Wine and Stair Gap, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, so we're at the top of Silver Bald. It's up there, which we've decided that we're going to pass on hiking up there because our legs are dead right now. And I come around and we got young Hayden getting some food and water, and we lost a Jason, but we gained a dad. So
you gotta have one old man to keep it slow.
Yeah, so we got one old man here, and the other old man is going to be waiting for us down at the bottom at Wye Gap, and then it'll be the 4 of us heading to camp together. All right, end of day number, what day are we on? 3, 4? 3. 12 miles up to wine country, wine tasting, Siller Wine and Cry camp. I don't know, wherever it is. But our trio has gone from a trio to a quartet because Dad has now joined us, and Jason is back again making dinner. We're all making dinner. Dad's making dinner over there.
Wine Spring.
Wine Spring.
Ball.
Really nice, probably our nicest campsite yet. Really enjoyed it. All of our feet, well, at least me and Hayden, our feet hurt. We're getting kind of sore after 2 12-mile days, but tomorrow's going to be a little bit shorter, only about 9.5. So looking forward to that earlier day tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. So we'll see you in the morning. cloud cover. Not sure if we're gonna be able to get to see any views this morning, but I wanted to give everybody a look-see at what we see in the morning when we start out here. It's kind of creepy, kind of nice, kind of misty, but we're moving along, and we'll get our miles in today, set up camp one last time, and that'll be it. These are the kinds of leaves you don't see in Florida. All right, we are leaving Wyatt Bald, and I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind has just been absolutely relentless today. Won't stop. Dad and I are kind of going at our own pace. He's right up there behind me, and Jason and Hayden are going a little different pace, so we're gonna head our way down to Lick Log Gap, and they'll meet us down there. We'll kind of just hang out until they get there. Love hiking in the leaves and seeing all the colors, but man, do those leaves hide what's underneath them. You think you're stepping down on flat land, and next thing you know, there's a root there, grabs your foot and twists your ankle. So it's been fun seeing them. It's been fun hiking in them, listening to your feet go through them, but they're kind of treacherous. Add a whole new challenge to hiking out here. I just thought I'd share that. All right, so we just left Lick Log Gap. Unfortunately, we had to leave behind Jason and Hayden. Jason's knees weren't doing good, and Hayden's foot and knee was getting bad ever since Wyatt Bald. So they're going to do the 2.5 miles back up to Wyatt Bald, and hopefully get picked up there and spend the rest of the night resting and icing up their feet and knees and whatnot. And Dad and I, Dad's back there. Dad and I are going to continue on to do what our original plan was, and get up to just past Cold Spring Shelter this evening, and then tomorrow morning down to Tellico Gap, and Dad'll get picked up at Tellico Gap. I'll get to unload a bunch of my stuff, kind of slack pack all the way down to Nantahala, and get a beer. I can't wait for a beer. All right, so hiking is all about flexibility and changes. So on day 4, getting off on Wyatt Bald, Hayden and Jason had to check out because of their feet and ankles. And Dad and I pushed on, made good time. We got to where we wanted to go. The campsite that we wanted to get to was a garbage campsite. There was not a single flat space anywhere. So we decided to go the next 1.5 miles down to Tellico Gap, thinking there would definitely be some flat spaces there. So we got down to Tellico Gap, and it's really pretty here, minus the big power lines in the background there. But so our flat area is parking spaces. So we're just going to hope that nobody comes in like a bat out of hell tonight looking to park here. Because this is the only flat spot that we have. Tomorrow, Dad will get picked up. I will empty a bunch of my stuff and have him take it, and then I will semi-slack pack to the NOC tomorrow. So that's that for today. See you tomorrow. All right, morning, day 5. Left Dad down at Telco Gap. We got woken up by a bunch of hunting dogs this morning. Not the last trail summit of the day. It's definitely worth it. The view up here is spectacular. Sun's finally starting to come out. Got about 4 miles or so left, and then I'll be at NOC, making good time. Heel is starting to hurt. Not sure if that's shoes or what the deal is there, but 4 more miles, it doesn't matter. I'll be at the bottom. I'll be happy and good to go. So see you at the bottom. So at Rufus Mountain Shelter, you know, some of the long section hikers or through hikers might think 100's no big deal, but for a kid that didn't start hiking until June and lives in Florida, 600 miles away from the closest real trails, hitting 100 is a big deal. And not only did I hit 100, but when I finish today's hike, I'll have hit 150 total trail miles between the Appalachian Trail and the Foothills Trail. So I'm really excited about that. It's a kind of a dream of mine to be doing this, and it's spectacular to have a chance to do it, and couldn't do it without like my best hiking partner, my wife, who's been 100% supportive of everything that I've done, especially with all this hiking hoopla, and she's been out on trail and busted her butt and has been awesome the entire time, and letting me go off on my own and do these hikes. And both sets of my parents have been shuttle drivers, the emergency evacuation drivers, and hostels for me and my wife and our friends when we come hiking. So it's been a journey, and it's awesome, and I can't wait to keep going and do more. I keep on saying I can't wait to get a beer, so I'm going to put this down because I'm almost done. I can get a beer. Well, I told you the next time you saw me, I'd be having a beer. So here I am, Nantahala, and here on my table is a big old burger and a beer. I've already had one. I couldn't wait, so I already had one beer. And now I'm going to eat and get stuffed, and somehow I'll go home and get clean. All right, hike is done. I am now at Dad's property with my feet in the creek. You can see them down there. Best thing after a hike you can do, put your feet into a mountain-fed creek, keep the swelling down. It's an awesome hike. I loved every bit of it. There were some tough spots coming down into Nantahala, the initial descent. There were some real sketchy areas that you look at it, and if you take one wrong step, you're going to be falling for a little bit, and that was a little bit sketchy. But otherwise, it was a great day. Got to go at my own pace today, which was nice. But it was lonely. I wasn't expecting the loneliness to set in about not having somebody to share the views with, because there's some really nice views too. I would have really enjoyed that. But otherwise, all in all, it was a great hike. Can't wait to get out and do my next section. Not sure when that's going to be or who it's going to be with, but man, I love hiking. I love being out there. I love being out in nature. I love getting back into civilization and taking a shower. If I didn't scrub all the nastiness off, I sure burned it off because it was a hot shower. And now it's just back to reality. But it gave me some good time to think about some things, and some things that I want to change in life, and things that I want to do differently. With the hustle and bustle of the everyday life, you don't get a chance to really sit and think sometimes. So hiking does that for me, and there's some things I can improve on and some things that I can change. And when I get back home tomorrow, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start some things changing, doing some things differently to hopefully benefit not only myself, but everybody else in my life. So until I see you again, happy hiking.